Hello dears, good morning, and now we are discussing the second form of energy, and in the previous class we have discussed about kinetic energy, right? So now we are going to discuss about potential energy, right? So what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy of a body by virtue of its motion, right? മൂവ്മെന്റ് കൊണ്ട് ലഭിക്കുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മോഷൻ കൊണ്ട് ലഭിക്കുന്ന എനർജിയാണ് കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, റൈറ്റ്? ആൻഡ് ദിസ് ഈസ് എ വർക്ക് ഡൺ വിച്ച് വാസ് done to move an object or to increase the velocity of an object, right? Kinetic energy is the work which was done on an object to move the object or to increase the velocity of that object, right? So what do you mean by potential energy? Potential energy is nothing but the energy of an object associated with its position, right? That is, potential energy is the energy stored in a body or in an object by virtue of its position, right? Or its configuration. Okay, so it will be more clear to you when we discuss some of the examples that is given in your textbooks, right? Okay, so there are some 1, 2, 3, 4 activities given to you. Activity 11.8, 11.9, 10, 11. That are activities given to you to identify or to understand what is potential energy, right? So you should read that activities, and that activities shows you the how the potential energy associated with its position or its configuration, right? So first activity we can take that, take a rubber band and hold at one end and pull other end, pull from the other, and the band stretches, right? So we have to stretch a rubber band and release the band at one end of, and what happens? These stretching rubber band and releasing that you may do in your childhood days, right? So what happens when we stretch that rubber band? Due to that stretching, it gains some energy, right? To stretch that rubber band, we have to do some work, right? To stretch that rubber band, we have to do some work. So that work is stored as its potential energy, right? സോ നമ്മൾ ഈ റബ്ബർ ബാൻഡ് സ്ട്രെച്ച് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഈ റബ്ബർ ബാൻഡിലേക്ക് സ്ട്രെച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി യൂട്ടിലൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്ക്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ സ്ട്രെച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്ക് എന്തായിട്ടാണ് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നത്? ഈ റബ്ബർ ബാൻഡിൽ, സ്ട്രെച്ച് റബ്ബർ ബാൻഡിൽ അതിൻ്റെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ആയിട്ട് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യപ്പെടും, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ആഫ്റ്റർ എ വൈൽ വി റിലീസ് വൺ ആൻഡ് what happens? It moves and come and back, right? Okay, so when we release one end, what happens? That potential energy that is stored by virtue of its configuration, right? It is the stretched configuration. At that stretched configuration, it has some energy, that is its potential energy. When we release one end, what happens? That potential energy get converted into kinetic energy that makes them to move, right? Okay, so the rubber band has some potential energy stored in that stretched position, that is due to its position or its configuration, that is that stretched configuration. It has some potential energy that is converted into kinetic energy when we release one end, right? Okay, so and another example, it is given activity 11.10, right? Take a toy car and wind it using its key. You know, some toy cars have a key to wind it, and after some time we release that key. What happens? It will move by its own, right? Okay, so what happens there? When we wind it by using its key, then it should have some energy, right? While winding this key, what we done? We have to done some work, right? So that work is stored in that car, that toy car, as its potential energy, right? So നമ്മൾ എന്താണ്, ജസ്റ്റ് ആ കീ വൈൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് ജസ്റ്റ് ആ ഒരു സെക്കൻഡിൽ, അത് വൈൻഡ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു സെക്കൻഡിൽ നമ്മൾ റിലീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലല്ലോ, നമ്മൾ വൈൻഡ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയല്ലേ. സോ അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്ക്, നമ്മൾ ആ വൈൻഡിങ് കീയിൽ നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുന്ന വർക്ക് ഈ കാറിൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ആയിട്ടാണ് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, റൈറ്റ്? So that potential energy stored in that car is utilized for moving that car. After releasing this key, നമ്മൾ കീ വൈൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് ജസ്റ്റ് റിലീസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുക? അതിൽ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ഈ കാറിന്റെ മോഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ദാറ്റ് പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ദെൻ കൺവേർട്ടഡ് ഇൻ ടു കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് in activity 11.12 another activity, that is stretching bow and arrow. When we stretch the bow and arrow, what happens? When we stretch that bow and arrow, there we have to do some work, and that work is stored as potential energy, right? That is the potential energy stored in the bow due to a change in shape, that is change in configuration, right? That is change in shape, and is thus used in the form of kinetic energy in throwing of the arrow. When we throwing off the arrow moves forward, right? So the potential energy stored in that bow is converted as kinetic energy, right? Okay, so what is potential energy? Potential energy, potential energy, we can write this as PE, okay, or we can write it as EP. Okay, EP. We represent kinetic energy as EK, so we can represent potential energy as EP, or we can write this simply, we can write this as PE. Okay, so potential energy is the energy stored in a body by virtue of its position or its configuration, right? So hope you clear what is potential energy, right? Okay, so you can read all the activities 11.8 to 11.12, that all tells us about potential energy, right? Okay, so in the above situations, that is above activities, the energy gets stored due to the work done on the object, and the energy transferred to an object is stored as potential energy if it is not used to cause a change in its velocity or speed of the object, right? So whenever we discuss kinetic energy, that is kinetic energy is the energy that kinetic energy is that what we have to do, the work done to move or to increase the velocity of an object, right? So that is kinetic energy. But potential energy, that energy does not move the object or does not change the velocity of that object, right? That is potential energy is stored in that object by virtue of its position or its configuration, right? Okay, so you transfer energy when you stretch a rubber band. The energy transferred to the band is its potential energy, right? And then what happens? The energy transferred to the band is its potential energy, and you do work while winding a key of a toy car, right? And the energy transferred to the spring inside it is stored as potential energy, that is inside that toy car, right? So it is stored as potential energy, and the potential energy possessed by the object is the energy present in it by virtue of its position or its configuration. Okay, so you should underline the definition of potential energy. What is that? The potential energy possessed by the object is the energy present in it by virtue of its position or configuration. Okay, so you should underline that paragraph, and you should read the activities, and that all activities tells us about potential energy, right? So now we have to find the expression for potential energy. What is the expression for kinetic energy? Kinetic energy we know EK, right? So it is we derive the expression for kinetic energy in the last class, that is of mv square, right? That is kinetic energy. And now we have to find the expression for potential energy. And one more thing, these are scalar quantities. Potential energy and kinetic energy are scalar quantity. That is, they have only magnitude but have no direction, right? Okay. And now we have to find the potential energy of an object at a height, right? Okay. So if you find potential energy of an object at a height, then we can obtain the equation for calculating the potential energy, right? Okay, so we can discuss that. Look into your textbooks, page number 153. An object increases its energy when raised through a height, and this is because work is done on it against gravity while it is being raised. So you know the gravitational force is acting on any object, right? That is, earth is pulling any object towards itself, right? So when we raise some object into a specific height, what we have to do? We have to do some work against this gravitational force, right? Okay, so an object increases its energy when raised through a height, and this is because work is done on it against gravity while it is being raised. Okay, നമ്മളൊരു suppose this duster നമ്മൾ ഒരു particular height, this is the height h, we can say from ground to here, this is the height h. Okay, so നമ്മൾ ഈ ഡസ്റ്ററിനെ ഈ ഒരു ഹൈറ്റ് എച്ച് ഹൈറ്റിലോട്ട് ഉയർത്തണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളൊരു സ്പെസിഫിക് വർക്ക് ഇത് ഉയർത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മളൊരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ വർക്ക് ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിൽ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്? ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് എഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ദ ഗ്രാവിറ്റി. ഓക്കെ, ഗ്രാവിറ്റി എന്താണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഓൾവേസ് ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിനെ എർത്തിലോട്ട് അട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, സോ ആ അട്രാക്ഷനെ മറികടന്ന് ആ അട്രാക്ഷനെ എക്സീഡ് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിനെ എച്ച് ഹൈറ്റിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ വി ഹാവ് ടു ഡു സം വർക്ക്, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, so that work is stored as its potential energy, right? ആ നമ്മൾ ഈ ഗ്രാവിറ്റിക്ക് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന വർക്ക് ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ എച്ച് ഹൈറ്റിലിരിക്കുന്ന ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ആയിട്ട് അതിൽ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യപ്പെടും, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, സോ the gravitational potential energy, that potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy. Why it is known as gravitational potential energy? Because gravitational force always pull the object towards the earth, right? At every moment it pulls the object towards earth, and it is it exerting some force on object and trying to attract it towards the earth, right? So to exceed that force we have to do some work. Okay, so that work is stored as its potential energy, right? So that is known as gravitational potential energy, right? So ആ ഗ്രാവിറ്റിയെ എക്സീഡ് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മളൊരു വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ആ വർക്ക് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നത് പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ആയിട്ടാണ്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ദാറ്റ് പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി നോൺ ആസ് gravitational potential energy. Okay, so the gravitational potential energy of an object at a height above the ground is defined as the work done in raising it from the ground to that point against gravity. Okay, so you should underline that things also. Okay, gravitation, what is gravitational potential energy? Gravitational potential energy is defined as the work done in raising an object from the ground to a particular point against gravity, that is gravitational potential energy. Okay, and it is easy to arrive an expression for the gravitational potential energy for an object at a height h. So now we are going to find out the expression for gravitational potential energy. Okay, so we have an object that is placed at a height. Suppose this is a ball that is placed at a height h from ground. Okay, this is ground, and a ball is placed from a height from the ground, that is h height. And now what we have to do? This is the height h. Okay, and consider an object of mass m. Let it be raised through a height h. So suppose the mass of this ball is m, right? And it is raised to a height h from the ground. The force required to do this work, that is the minimum force required to raise the object, is equal to the weight of the object, right? So there is a minimum force required to raise this ball above a height h. What is the force? That is the weight of that ball. ആ ബോളിന്റെ വെയിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? That is a force by which any object is attracted towards the earth, right? Okay, so minimum force എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആ ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ വെയിറ്റ്, ആ ഒരു മിനിമം ഫോഴ്സ് എങ്കിലും ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന്റെ വെയിറ്റ് എത്രയാണോ അത്രയും ഫോഴ്സ് എങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിൽ എക്സേർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുത്തെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഇതിനെ ഒരു h ഹൈറ്റിൽ റൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, റൈറ്റ്? ഓക്കെ, so the minimum force required to raise the object is equal to its weight. That is, what is the equation for weight, or how we can find the weight of this object? That is, weight of this ball is equal to what? Weight of this ball is equal to, tell me, while we study the previous lesson, we know that weight of the object is equal to mass of that object into acceleration due to gravity, right? So weight of this ball is equal to mg, right? Okay, so this is the minimum amount of work to be done on this ball to rise a height h. Okay, minimum amount of work to be done to rise this ball to an height h, and the object gains energy equals to the work done on it. Okay, so when we place this object on a height h, that is, we do some work, right? So that work is stored as its potential energy. So how we can find the work done? This is weight, right? So work done we can represent by capital letter W. Okay, so work done is equal to what? Force into displacement, right? That is equal to force into displacement. Now, what is the force here? This is the minimum force required to raise the object at a height h, right? Okay, so the force is equal to mg into s. What is the distance or displacement from ground to a height h? Okay, so that is h. So we get work done is equal to mgh. Okay, so this work is stored as its potential energy. Okay, so now we obtain potential energy. EP is equal to mgh. Okay, so this is the expression for potential energy or gravitational potential energy of an object placed at a height h from ground. Okay, so here we have kinetic energy, and now we find what? Potential energy or gravitational potential energy. EP is equal to mgh, where m is the mass of that object and g is the acceleration due to gravity and h is the height from the ground to where the object is placed. Okay, so this is the expression for gravitational potential energy or the potential energy of an object at a height h. Okay, so the potential energy of an object at a height depends on the ground level or the zero level you choose, right? Okay, an object in a given position can have a certain potential energy with respect to one level of and a different value of the potential energy with respect to another level. Okay, so it depends on the height. Potential energy of an object depends on the height. That is, mass is always constant for any object, for an object, right? And g is also, we know, the Earth's surface, G is having a value of 9.8, right? So here only the variable is h. So the height or the displacement only depends on the potential energy, right? Okay. So it is useful to note that when the work done by gravity depends on the difference in vertical heights of the initial and final position of the object and not on the path along which the object is moved, right? So it only depends on the initial and final position. So we can take the ball here by this way. If ball is here now, ball is at ground now, and we take this ball here and then we move this ball to here and then we move this ball to here and then we move this ball to here and at last here. So these two positions are same, right? But this ball has to move a lot to reach this position, right? So, but how we can find the potential energy? The potential energy only depends on the displacement, right? So displacement is the shortest distance, right? So this is the height. This is the height, h, not the way by which it is reached on this height. Only the initial and final position depends on the potential energy. Okay, potential energy അതിന്റെ initial and final position മാത്രമാണ് depend ചെയ്യുന്നത്. That is the height. Height മാത്രമാണ് ഒരു variable quantity ഉള്ളത് നമ്മൾ potential energy കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്ന ടൈമിൽ. Okay, so potential energy depends on the height. Okay, so here the example is given, the figure 11.8 is given to you to identify how it depends on the height, not on the path or position. It only depends on the height, right? Okay, so the initial and final position, the height, the vertical height of the initial and final position of an object only depends on its potential energy. Potential energy depend ചെയ്യുന്നത് final and initial position മാത്രമാണ്, not the path through which it reaches the height. ഏത് പാത്തിലൂടെയാണോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതെല്ലാം റൂട്ടിലൂടെയാണോ ഈ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന് നമ്മൾ ഒരു ഹൈറ്റിൽ എത്തിച്ചതെന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ ബോധർ ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. ഇനീഷ്യൽ ആൻഡ് ഫൈനൽ പൊസിഷൻസിനെ മാത്രം ബോധർ ചെയ്യാൻ മതി. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ വർക്ക് ഡൺ ഈസ് mgh, that is potential energy is always mgh, mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. And here some examples are given to you. Example 11.5, find the energy possessed by an object of mass 10 kilogram when it is at a height of 6 meter above the ground, given g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Acceleration due to gravity is given and mass of that object is also given, and we have to find the potential energy or the energy possessed by an object of mass 10 kilogram that is at a height 6 meter above. So we can use this equation directly, that is EP is equal to mgh, and m is given here and g is also given, h is given here, right? So we can directly use that equation. EP is equal to what? mgh. Okay, so what will be the answer? M is given as, we know M is given as 10 kilogram, right? 10 kilogram, and H is given as 6 meter. G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square, right? So what will be the potential energy or energy possessed by this object? EP is equal to mgh. So M is equal to 10 into 9.8 into 6. Okay, so what will be the answer? 10 into 9.8, we will get 98. 98 into 6, which will give us 588. 588. What is the unit of energy? Unit of energy is joule. Okay, so you should write the unit of energy. Okay, so it is given as 588 joule, the potential energy of this object at a height 6 meter having a mass 10 kilogram is equal to 588 joule. And another example 11.6 is given. An object of mass 12 kilogram is at a certain height above the ground. If the potential energy of the object is 480 joule, find out the height at which it is located. So here we have to find the height, that is we have to find out the h, and potential energy is given, mass is also given, g we know, right? Okay, so from that, from using this equation we can find the height. Okay, so how we can find that? We have to find h. M is given as, what is the mass of that object? It is 12 kilogram. Mass of the object is 12 kilogram, and if the potential energy of the object is 480 joule, so EP is given as 480 joule, right? And then G is given as 9.8 meter per second square, and we have to find H. Okay, we have to find H. So from this equation we can write H is equal to what? EP. We can take this mg into this side. Okay, so EP divided by mg, right? Is it clear? Okay, so EP, potential energy given as 480 joule, right? And mass of the object is given as 12 and G is equal to 9.8. So what will be the answer? The answer will be 4 meter. Height is equal to 4 meter. That means you can take, if it is difficult, or the question given as G is equal to 10 meter per second square. G is given as 10 meter per second square, and we can use 10 meter per second square for simplicity, right? Okay, so if we use here 10, what will be the value? This 0 can be cancelled, and 48 by 12 is equal to 4. So here we found H, height is equal to 4 meter. So any answer you write, then you have to specify the unit of that quantity. Okay, so here we found height. So the height is a displacement, right? So here we have to write the unit meters. Okay, so 4 meter distance, 4 meter height. So the object is placed above 4 meter from the ground. Okay, that is about potential energy and how we can find potential energy. That are things we have already discussed. Okay, so now we are moving to another important topic, that is conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy. Okay, so here a question given to you: are various energy forms interconvertible? Do you think various energy forms are interconvertible? What is your opinion? Definitely we can find some or many examples or many common situations in when we look into our surrounding. We can see that energy is different energy forms are interconvertible. Okay, for example, when we switch it on our fans, when we on our fan switch, what happens? The fan gets rotated, right? So what happens there? That electrical energy, when goes through that fan, then it converted into what? Kinetic energy, or we can say mechanical energy, then again converted into what? Kinetic energy. That is, movement of that leaves happen, movement of that fan happens, right? So that is electrical energy when goes to that fan. Then inside that fan we have electric motors that use this electric energy and produce mechanical energy. And then what happens? It again the output is kinetic energy, right? That is movement of that leaves. Okay. So from all these examples or much more situations are there to find the interconversion of different energy forms. Okay. So we know energy forms, different energy forms are interconvertible. Okay. So this interconversion in turn related to the law of conservation of energy. Okay, so we can look into that. What is law of conservation of energy? Okay, so now we discussed about potential energy and we derived the potential energy expression, that is potential energy of an object placed at a height h, right? That is gravitational potential energy is equal to mgh, right? So now different forms of energy, that is kinetic energy and potential energy parts is over, and we have to do some more examples or some more questions related to this potential energy and kinetic energy that we can do at the end of this chapter, right? Okay, so then now we have to find or we have to discuss another important topics, that is conservation of energy. Okay, so that we will discuss in the coming classes, and now we are going to wind up, and you should do these examples into your notebook. You should write these examples into your notebook, right? Okay, so it is compulsory. You should write this into your notebook and you should submit your notes to me when you got these classes, when you get these classes, right? Okay, immediately after getting these classes you should submit your notes. Okay, none of you, only a few of you had submit your homeworks to me. So all of you should submit your notes, that is when the completed note, that is examples and homeworks that I have already given to you, that all you should complete. Okay. So if you feel any difficulty while doing all these things, you can contact me, right? If you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. Okay. So let me wind up and we can meet in the next class. Children, take care and thank you.